Well, hello Indie book lovers, my name is Ash and welcome back to my channel. I have something I'm a little bit excited to celebrate today, and that's going to be my 2 years on Booktube. Honestly, I'm surprised I'm even this far right now because I usually give up on things that I start, and the fact that I'm on here for 2 years is mind-blowing to me. And because of this, I'm going to be doing a tag. I kind of just decided to do this myself because I didn't really know what to do for my 2 years, so I decided to do the Behind the Booktube tag. I think that's what it's called. This was done by Shelly-ish, or I'll put them down below. So now I'll do the tag and I'll try not to ramble. I put down the question and the answers next to me. That way, I'm hoping I will not ramble. There is a chance though. Before I start this video, the biggest thing I want to say is just a thank you to everyone. I've been on here for 2 years, and honestly, the biggest reason why is because of you. This sounds really cheesy, but I'm usually like that. I like to be a little bit cheesy, okay? Not everyone comments or talks to me, but I don't really mind that. I just know that you're there, and I just appreciate you for watching and just, you know, being here. It's just motivation to continue, and I just appreciate you kind of giving me that motivation once in a while. I feel like it's my biggest motivator to continue, so just thank you for being here. All 620 so of you, just thank you so much for being here. With that, I'm gonna get to the questions. There are 13 questions. Some of them have 2 parts to it, so like I said, I'll try to keep them all within a minute or so each. So let's get into the first one. So the first question is, what is something that surprised you while being on Booktube, good and bad? The good is pretty obvious to me. The thing I love most about Booktube and the Booktube community is the community itself. I've met a lot of amazing people. I've met some friends, I guess you can say, online book friends. There's just amazing people I've kind of gotten to know, and considering I don't have a lot of that in real life, I don't really have much support, and I am pretty lonely. That's probably why I kind of made my channel. I moved away from my hometown, my family. I left my pretty big family, and I moved with only one person who is usually not home, and I'm always home. So it's been a little bit lonely. So I really like being on Booktube because of that community aspect and just feeling like I'm not alone as much, which sounds really sad, but honestly, yeah, it is kind of sad. And then the bad aspect of YouTube, I know that some drama sometimes it happens on Booktube. I haven't been a part of it. Hopefully that never happens, fingers crossed, but I haven't been part of the drama. I do know it does exist in the book community as a whole, but I haven't been part of the Booktube drama, or haven't really seen a lot of it personally within the people I watch, at least. I think the worst part of not only the book community, Booktube, but everyone within the book community is the overconsumption of books. As someone that used to buy books, I don't really buy books anymore, and nothing wrong with it, by the way. I don't want people to think I'm judging them, but there is definitely a problem with overconsumption. Getting 50+ book hauls and feeling like you have to buy books to, do well. I am trying to get books that are only either gifted to me or are not my own money. So I'm trying to do that, and I want to show people that you can actually be in the book community, you can be a booktuber, you can love books and not spend money on them and not get a lot of them. I have 2 bookshelves I've accumulated over the past 6 years, so I try not to buy books anymore as often. I actually like having a smaller collection and just having the ones I really enjoy. That's why I've been kind of trying to dim down on it, but I just don't like the overconsumption. Although it's particular to everyone. If you want to have a bunch of books, that is your prerogative, that is your money, you do what you want, so never feel pressured to do it. It is nice to have though, so I don't blame you for getting them if you get them. Question 2 is, how do you balance Booktube with the rest of your life? Honestly, I don't have a lot happening in my life, which is why I kind of have a Booktube channel. I don't really have any obligations. I feel like I should be reading and making more Booktube videos because of that, but the biggest hurdle for me is my mental health. I feel like a lot of the time I'm just not really in the mood to make videos, and I don't want to force myself. When I'm depressed or just feeling really down, I don't really want to be putting myself in front of a camera and forcing myself to talk to you all, because I feel like that might come across that way. I want to make more videos though. I would love to do that, but for the time being, if I'm not doing well mentally, I just don't make Booktube. So Booktube doesn't affect my life in a bad way, at least in a sense of taking up my time, because I kind of need it to take more of my time up, essentially, because I'm not filming enough, so I feel like it has to be taking up more of my time eventually. I would like to film more, and if that ever happens, I can see it taking up more of my time when I film more often. When I edit, that takes up more time than filming, so I think the editing process does sometimes take that free time. I don't know how people do it when they have full-time job and children. How do you do it? How do you make Booktube videos consistently? I am very impressed by that, because I could not do it. Hats off to everyone that does it, who has a busy life, because that's hard. Booktube is harder than you might think, actually, surprisingly enough. Question 3 is, have I ever considered making a Patreon? Have I considered it? Have I thought of it? Yes. Only because I feel like a lot of people on Booktube do it now. Do I actually think I'm ever going to do it though? No. I mean, I know I'm struggling with money right now very badly. I have my whole life. I've been low income my whole life with my family. I know how hard it is. And because of that, I don't want to put a paywall behind anything. Like I said, this is not a jab to anyone with Patreon. if you want to do it, you can do it. I'm not also consistent enough, so if I were to do it, it wouldn't even be fair to the people that are spending the money on it. And like I said, I just don't feel comfortable asking for money from anyone. If I ever wanted to do anything, it would be like memberships, so you can like still watch my content and support me without having obligation. But I don't think I would ever have a Patreon. I just don't really feel comfortable with it. And I mean, I would love to get some income because like I said, don't have any income, but I don't think I would ever want to do it. I don't think what I'm doing is worth money. I'm just doing this for fun, so I don't mind just keeping it that way. Question 4 is, have you made any mistakes on Booktube? I feel like everyone probably has at some point. It doesn't have to be like huge mistakes, but I'm sure that almost all Booktubers have made mistakes in some way. I feel like my mistakes are probably just like subtle and small. I feel like my biggest mistakes are just when I care too much about certain things, or things like subscribers. Sometimes I lose subscribers and I get like really upset about it. It's really strange. I don't want to, but it's like this part of my brain that's like, I'm doing something wrong. People don't like me. All this negative talk. And I always had that my whole life, especially when I was younger. I was bullied a lot. I had a lot of like this internal dialogue that's very negative, and I still do sometimes, but I do my best to kind of like push it away because I know it's not necessarily true. And if people don't like me, then it's okay. It's okay if people don't like me. I don't expect every single person in the world to, but obviously there's like that simple part of me that thinks about it too much. I don't really think I made a mistake. Nothing that stands out to me, but I definitely think my mistake is just, I think I just look too deep into things and I just care too much about small things that don't really matter. I'm gonna read a little bit off my own notes for this. It's number 5, which is, do you have advice for new booktubers? Now I'm still pretty new. It's only been 2 years. I have 600 subscribers, so I don't have a whole repertoire of thoughts and ideas to tell you. The biggest thing is just have fun. Be a part of the community if you can. So leave comments or just try to immerse yourself in the community of Booktube to kind of, I don't know, it just feels like that's like a good part of the aspect of it. If you're on Booktube but you don't really care about communicating either with your subscribers or other Booktubers, I just think it's good to try at least to be a part of the community and talk to people and get to know people, because I think that's like the best part of it. But definitely the biggest thing is to have fun. Don't worry about your setup. Don't worry about any of that. Obviously try to make sure you have decent amount of editing, some audio, make sure your audio is not bad. My last video, it was a little bit I was whispering in my video, so I was trying to help with the audio, but I couldn't. So obviously do what you can with what you have. I have a phone, so that's all I use. So if you only have a phone, you can do it, especially if it's like a newer generation of phones. Be patient with yourself, take your time. If you don't want to do something, you don't have to do it. Just enjoy yourself. I think that's the biggest thing. Just enjoy yourself, and hopefully that kind of comes out with your videos and people can kind of see that and read that while you're making content. Question 6 is, what are your thoughts on the YouTube algorithm? I don't really think I have a lot to say about this because I haven't been in this space long enough. I don't really have much issue with the algorithm. There are some videos that don't get much reach, and there's some things I wish did. But that being said, I'm actually pretty lucky with the algorithm. I've had a lot of videos, especially even like lately with my TBR videos, I've had a decent amount that have been getting like hundreds of views, and for me anything above 100 is pretty good. But then some videos get like 200 to 300 plus, and I'm pretty lucky with that. I don't think that's always like a thing that happens, and I'm still pretty new and I think I'm doing a pretty good job. I don't think the algorithm is like pushing my content, but I don't really care. Maybe in the beginning I kind of had a harder time, but I'm having a little bit of a better time now. If I was more consistent, I think it would be even better for me though. I don't know a whole lot about YouTube, honestly. I just know that it pushes things forward and things back. I do know that if you are a BIPOC booktuber or creator, it's going to be a lot harder. I'm white, so I feel like I definitely have an advantage that some people might not, and I think that that is an issue with the algorithm. So I think that the algorithm has issues. My notes for this one is funny. 7A is, how do you decide what videos to make? And my note was just said, I don't. I just wing what I do. I don't really have ideas. I just film whatever I want. Of course I have like TBRs and wrap-ups. I haven't done a wrap-up in a while, but I do plan on going back to them. I kind of just like wing it, hope for the best. I just do whatever I want to do because I don't want to force myself to make content just because I think it's gonna get more views. I honestly just do things I enjoy. I don't film very often because of it. I still enjoy what I do, and that's kind of why I'm here. So I just want to have fun. So I don't really know what to film. I don't film ahead of time like everyone usually does, and I think that's a bad thing. I want to kind of pre-film, but I have such little storage on my phone that I kind of am forced to just make the content, and then I don't really want to edit it, so I procrastinate. It's a whole thing. I just kind of film along as I go, and I enjoy that. If this ever became a financial thing, maybe I'd be more consistent, but for right now, I don't really mind it. It's fine, it works. The second part for question 7 is, am I overwhelmed with video ideas? Which is also kind of funny because I'm more underwhelmed than overwhelmed. I don't really, this bumblebee is still here. He's so cute. Anyway, I'm kind of more underwhelmed than overwhelmed. I feel like I don't really have much to film. I don't really know what to film. And so it's kind of a problem for me that I just don't know what to film. I want to film vlogs more often, but the problem with vlogs is that I don't really leave the house. It would just be me sitting here or on my couch or in my room. and that's about it. So that's why I kind of want to integrate some things I enjoy, like cross-stitching. I do miniature painting now for my D&D miniatures. I do cooking, so like I might just integrate those things into my vlogs because I don't really leave the house. Like literally, I never really leave the house, which is maybe a problem. Yeah, that being said, I want to integrate things in my daily life that's kind of just like at home stuff, a lot of my other hobbies. So I might just do that in my vlogs and just try to vlog more often because I think that would be a good like kind of like a filler between my other TBR and wrap-ups and most traditional things. I should probably do it more often. I should try, but it's been a bit hard lately. Question 8 is, have I ever regretted posting a video? Honestly, I can't say that I have. Sometimes I don't want to be like mean to authors. I love rant videos. I'm sorry, I just love like rambling about a book in a bad way. I do feel that it can be, I feel bad about it. Obviously, I'm not like a mean person in real life. I just love like, I don't want to say tea, but I kind of just love to like rant about something I don't like. It just feels good and like cathartic. I do sometimes feel bad about it because I know that the author put time into it, and as someone that is writing their own book, if someone did that to me, it probably wouldn't feel great. I hope that the author would never watch it though, but sometimes I would feel bad about that. So I haven't regretted posting a video. I'm not saying it will never happen, but as of right now, I haven't had that happen to me. I'm kind of hoping it never happens. I feel like if I regret it in the future, I probably shouldn't be posting it to begin with. So we'll see if that ever happens. I'm really hoping it doesn't, but it's possible. Question 9A is, are views and subscribers meaningful to you? I think for pretty much all YouTubers in general, it would be a yes to some extent. It's not a lie if someone were to say I don't care how many subscribers I have or how many views I have. I don't think it's a lie, but I definitely think that there has to be some care in it. Not because people want more or that they need more. It's just the fact that seeing your subscribers go up and your views go up, or just having views in general, is kind of just a show that people care about your content, and putting a lot of time into content. It might not look like a lot of time, but trust me, especially if you're editing a lot. If I did unedited videos, I could probably post almost every day. It's not that hard to actually film. That's like kind of sometimes the easiest part. It's the editing that takes a lot of time. And I feel like if you put hours and hours into editing and then you only have like a few views, it's gonna make you really just not want to film anymore or not to edit anymore. So I completely get needing a little bit of like some positive reinforcement, I guess, by seeing views go up or subscribers going up. It definitely is, it helps. I don't think having a lot of views matters or having a lot of subscribers matters. I don't think that's what I want or what I care about. I just really care about having some people that care about it, and I think that's what matters most. Just having a group of people care about your content, and that makes it a little bit more worth it in my opinion. And then the second part of question 9 is, do you think that number of subscribers or views is a value of success? I kind of want to say no. It could be. I feel like it depends on the person. If you find yourself successful because you have a lot of subs or a lot of viewers, then I guess for you that is successful. I think that there is some success in getting a good amount of views and a good amount of subs, but in my opinion, I don't think it's like the measurement of success. I guess to some extent, of course, there is success in that. There's something to be proud of that. You put a lot of work into it, so of course, I think that it is possible. There are some people that just get hit by the algorithm and they go up thousands of subscribers like overnight, and then there's some people that work really, really hard day in, day out for years, and they still have like a few hundred subscribers. So I don't think it's really a value of success in a sense. I think it's more just luck, or just, you know, it could be the person's personality. I think there is success in it, but I'm not saying that if you have lower subscribers or viewers, you are not successful, because I honestly think that you are. Even if you have a few people or a lot of people, I think that they're kind of similar in a sense. Two people can put the same amount of work into something and get different amount of views and subscribers. So I think success is kind of just depending on the person, and if they feel successful, that's what matters. Question 10 is, are you disappointed by the growth of your channel? And I have to say, definitely without a doubt, no, because I don't post very often and I have over 600 subscribers. I don't want to keep saying it because I'm trying to flaunt it. I'm literally just like astounded by it. I'm just like really proud of how far I've gotten. I didn't actually expect to be posting still. I didn't even know that people would care enough to be watching me. Even if I hit 1,000 subs, I wouldn't be monetized. I think you need a certain amount of watch hours, and my watch hours don't go up very high because I don't post very often. Well, I don't care if that took me another year or two. I'd just be happy with anything. I just really appreciate everything that's happened, and I think that my growth on my channel is pretty understandable considering everything. And there are people that have less than me that have worked harder than me, and there's people that have more than me that have worked less than me, and that is completely valid. I don't mind. I just am happy with where I am, and it's taken me a while to get to that, but I'm happy to be here. I'm not disappointed at all. Honestly, I'm very surprised that people are here because I don't post often. So thank you so much if you are here, thank you so much for actually caring and staying. Question 11 is, have you ever considered quitting Booktube? My answer on my sheet is capitalized yes. I have definitely considered it, and not for what you might think. I didn't want to quit Booktube because I didn't like it here or because of any negativity surrounding the Booktube space. The reason why I wanted to quit Booktube is because I'm not a huge, how do I explain this? I love the idea of just having no internet presence, which is funny because I have a channel now, but before I made Booktube, I didn't really have much social media. I've never had MySpace, I never had Facebook, I never really had social media. I don't really like social media. I don't like being on the internet really, other than YouTube, obviously. I don't really like being on the internet. I think being private is rare nowadays, and I actually like the idea of that. That being said, I like making Booktube. I want to make Booktube videos, and I love being a part of the community. It's a huge like conundrum. I don't really know how to feel about it right now, but currently I don't plan on quitting. There is a question later on though that might consider the idea. I'll tell you about it later, but I don't think I would ever quit Booktube anytime soon at least. So question 12A is, what are your most touching comments? I don't really have any that stick out to me the most. I'm not gonna like pinpoint certain people, but I definitely have a lot of people who are just like so kind to me. I just appreciate them so much because I don't really have support in my real life anymore, other than my boyfriend, because I live with him, but I don't really have anyone that's really there for me. So I feel like the community is more there for me than anyone else in my life, even my own family. So it's just crazy to see people actually asking if I'm okay, or like saying to like take your time if I'm not feeling well. And I just feel like so grateful that there are people like that out there that actually care about me, and I'm kind of like a stranger in a ways to them. So it is, those are like the ones I kind of just feel I'm most grateful for. And there's also been 2 people in the community who have gifted me books, and like even that is just mind-blowing that people would give me things when I don't feel like I deserve them. I shouldn't think like that, but that's just how my brain works. I always think I don't deserve anything, so it feels weird when people are just nice to me and I don't feel like they need anything back from me. So I just appreciate people just being kind. The second part to the question 12 is any negative comments, and I haven't really gotten any negative comments. Obviously it might eventually happen if I continue to grow. It will eventually happen. We are on the internet, so people will be mean for no reason, but I haven't encountered it yet. It will eventually happen. I have not encountered it yet. I don't really look forward to it. I am kind of a sensitive person. I was bullied, so like seeing people being mean to me isn't gonna be nice. At the same time though, the best thing to do is ignore it. I've had people being mean to me online, so I'm not like, it's not new to me. Definitely not something I'm looking forward to. That being said though, the best thing to do is ignore it. Just ignore them, block them if you have to, and just pretend they don't exist, because that's like the easiest thing to do in that situation. But of course it will get to people, and I don't blame them. People aren't very nice sometimes, although there are a lot of good people in the community, so I think it's worth it in my opinion. The last question, question 13, is where do you see yourself in 5 years in regards to Booktube? Now this question is a difficult one for me to answer. So in 5 years from now, it feels like I'm in an interview for work. In 5 years from now, it could take 2 different paths. The one that I kind of would like to do is continue Booktube. I would love to be here in 5 years, you know, maybe have a little bit of income by YouTube. I mean, I wouldn't really want to be here for 7 years and get nothing from it. Not that I feel like I'm obligated to, but like if you're putting that much time and hours and your life into something, if I got $10 a month, I can get Kindle Unlimited a month. Bam, that would be great. I would love that. That being said though, I don't know what's gonna happen in 5 years. I would like to be posting still, but I don't know. And that kind of stems into my second path, which is I might actually not be here in 5 years, as in Booktube. I don't mean the world, obviously. Hopefully I'll be here in 5 years, but not on Booktube. There is a small chance I might take either a break or get off of Booktube in a few years, because I want to eventually start my own family with my boyfriend. I am 30 years old. It's kind of like getting into that area where I might want to start thinking about it. I still want to get my mental health taken care of first. I want to make sure that I am completely ready for it. And if we ever decide to, if I'm able to, I want to eventually have my own children. If I, like I said, want to, that's something I could change my mind of, and maybe I won't be able to. And of course you can have children and be on Booktube or make YouTube videos, but if I'm not really getting any financial gain from Booktube, I don't think there's a reason for me to continue it. I want to put as much time into my children or my child as I can. I also really want to get off technology once I have kids, because I don't want them to see me on it all the time. I've unfortunately seen it with a lot of other parents who will literally ignore their kids to be on their phones, and I'm kind of just wanting to just get off of technology almost completely when I have kids. If they're sleeping, of course, I don't mind watching stuff, but if they're awake, I want to put as much time as I can into them, and I would still like to film if I can. If there's time, I would love to do that. Obviously, if you're a parent, if you're a mother, if you are any type of guardian and you are watching a child, I don't think that you can't be a parent and have children. I don't think you're a bad parent or a bad caretaker just because you're on Booktube or anything. That's not my intention. Please don't take it personal. It's just that I don't know if I could do it. But like I said, there's amazing people on Booktube who had children and they continue their channel, which is incredible to me. I don't know if I could do it. I have so much respect for people that do that, but I don't know if I'm going to do it. It's something I might consider doing, but if I ever get off of YouTube or if I ever take a break, 100% I will make sure I have an announcement or at least mention something. There's probably going to be at least another 1.5 to 2 years before that happens, but I will obviously let you know and update you if that ever changes. But for right now, there will be at least another year on Booktube, at least, probably more, but I'm looking forward to my 3 years on Booktube. I'm wondering how many people will be there when I celebrate it, and I'm just looking forward to just being a part of this community for another little while longer, hopefully more, you know, than 1 year. I want to be here for as much as I can because I really honestly do love the community, so I want to be here if I can. Thank you for being here for the past year, 2 years, past few days, past few weeks, months, however long you've been here for. Thank you so much for being here. It's just so curious to me where everyone's kind of like began with my channel, or just in general, or on Booktube. Like when you started Booktube, I started watching it in 2018 and it changed my life for the better. I love books now. I'm just so happy to be here and appreciative of you all. Hopefully you will be enjoying some really good books after this video, right? You're gonna be reading some books, right? Not watching more videos? Just kidding. I'm being a hypocrite if I say that. Enjoy your reads, have a great day, and hopefully I can see you again on my 3rd year anniversary. Goodbye, everyone.